Hello, this is Greg Gary coming to you from Vancouver, BC, Canada on April 1st, 2020. The title of this presentation is Terrible Storm, Perfect Storm. We're in the right place at the right time to help yourself, even as you help others, and I'll explain what that means. So, a little bit about myself. Yes, I've got a bunch of fancy degrees, but I can tell you that I've learned more in the last 10 years studying economics and the banking system and all the amazing videos online. And my whole purpose in this presentation is to give you some spiritual hope. And the focus really is on a financial action plan. But I want to educate you first. So please know that I'm going to make every effort I can to represent a company I'm going to talk about. And also that I'm not a financial planner, so I'll give my opinions, but what you do with your wealth is your business, okay? Also, the purpose of this video is that it's what I call turnkey communication, in that I want to make it so comprehensive that you get it. You get exactly what's going on and exactly what you can do about it. As well, I try to keep my videos between 6 and 20 minutes, but I don't think that's going to happen. There's just too much going on and too much that you have to understand, and I need you to fit it all together to understand it fully. So please watch the video to the end, and it really does all fit together. Now also, in YouTube, if you go to the bottom where that little wheel is and you look at something called playback speed, you can actually change how fast you listen. And so a lot of times I'll have a video that's, it'll be 50 minutes long and I'll go, oh, 50 minutes. I can't take that time, but you can actually speed it up. So that's available to you, okay? When I was in the Canadian Armed Forces Officer Training Program, we had something called a sit rep. So that the commander would say, give me your sit reps. That's a situation report. So I just want to do a quick sit rep here about what's going on in the world. We are in the middle of what has been termed the coronavirus pandemic. And we've got a lot of things going on. So here's some of the stats, okay? 3.3 million Americans filing for unemployment. I was listening today that we think that's going to go up a lot higher. And businesses are being battered. Jobs are being lost, of course. Here's the Canadian unemployment slide. Now, by the way, I'm going to rip through this pretty fast, but you can always stop the video to read some of these things, okay? We had a stock market crash in the order of 36%. Well, this one says 30, but it was actually 36. And we believe, everything I've been studying, we're going to go another leg down, okay? So, overview. We've entered into a global financial crisis. Whether you believe it was started by the coronavirus or not is inconsequential. The fact is that we are in it. The problems actually began back in 71 when we went off the gold standard. In 2008, it should have crashed then, but we got a big bailout. Right now, before the virus actually, beginning in September 2019, there was large injections to the tune of billions of dollars going into the overnight banking system to create liquidity. And so we're in a time like no other in history. And what you can't see is number 11 on the slide there, and it says fear. People are in fear, and that exacerbates matters. Now, on the heels of saying that, I'm asking you, do you think it's going to get worse? Well, my assertion is that it will get worse. But we have good news for you today. There's something you can do about it. Now, what's history's reaction to these economic crises? Well, here we are back in Germany, end of World War I, massive printing and hyperinflation of the German mark. Here we are in Zimbabwe, where the Zimbabwe dollar was once on par with the US dollar, massive hyperinflation because of printing. Here we are down in Venezuela, awful what's happened down there. And still, yet, even as early as a week ago, in the midst of this, I had friends and family saying, no, not in my nation. This could never happen. But look what's going on. Here's a shot of an injection in the US, 622 billion. So in 5 days, covering 3% of the GDP. And here's Mr. Trump and company with the big rescue package. Here's what it looks like if you want to stop the slide and understand where all that money's going, supposedly. Now look, we were talking 2 trillion, which was astronomical. Now we're talking 6 trillion. $6 trillion. Can you imagine that? What $6 trillion is like? Well, it's unfathomable. So here, thanks Brian Cromley for this slide. Look at this. Let's take a look at this. 10,000 in bills. Okay, there it is. And there you are standing with $1 million in $100 bills. There's 100 million. Let's move over to $1 billion. Wow, look at the billion. But look at $1 trillion. $1 trillion is that little tiny corner in that massive amount of $100 bills. Does that help you imagine what $1 trillion looks like? Well, the problem this day too is the ease in which it can be delivered because it can be done digitally. Here's Ottawa adding its share of the rescue plan. Look, where's all this money coming from? Where, you think it's in the vaults of our government? No, it's printed out of thin air, literally. If you don't understand what that means, you go watch the Mike Maloney Hidden Secrets of Money series. It's the best in the world. 30-minute segments costing $100,000 each to produce, but Mr. Maloney has given it to us for free. Thank you, Mike Maloney. So here, right in the middle of this crisis, what are the 5 serious needs? Cash flow to live everywhere, including myself. Going and getting cash flow is an issue because everything is crashing, is crashed. Replacing a lost portfolio. People have worked 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to create a stock market portfolio or a pension plan. And it's lost 30% of its value already and more to come. People need a solution because they lost their job or they lost hours in their job. And by the way, the smart people in the world, they're all running around the world looking for gold. But guess what? It's very difficult to get right now. And even the posted spot level of gold is a joke because the dealers are adding on very large premiums. And that too was predicted. And for those who are living in an online world now, security is an issue. Security is a need. So first question, is cash flow an issue? Really? Well, here's a recent study that was done in the last week. And what this is our reserves being depleted. These charts show, yes, I got 1 month, I got 3 months, I got 6 months. Well, look at the majority is between 1 and 3 months. People don't have the cash flow to last in their life and for their businesses. It is a very serious situation. And here's the impact on business, where the darker the red, the more impact there is. There's USA and there's Canada. Here's retailers in Beverly Hills boarding up because they're in fear of civil unrest from not having cash flow and not being able to get supplies. Here's a report on what's going on in Italy. Now listen, I'm not saying that all these reports are 100% true regarding the coronavirus, okay? But I am saying that the economic issues that have been generated from this time are true. Here's some more charts and graphs about the degree to which the virus is supposedly spreading and how much people are staying in. Well, you just can't do business when it's very difficult to do business when you have to stay home all day. So this is going on around the world. We are in unprecedented times. Another question being asked is, well, what about my pension? And now this is not a true statement here. This is a cartoon from one of Mike Maloney's videos, but here was the prediction in 2016. Loss of value in RSPs and IRAs. People would stop spending, they'd sell off assets, there'd be panic selling, and a huge crash. Well, when there's a crash, it affects the portfolios that fund these pension plans. So this was in March 27th, Canada's top pensions in big trouble. And do you think we could pull out headlines like this from around the world? Of course we could. All right, well, let's talk gold, okay? I love the founding fathers of America. They founded the nation on gold. They founded uh, the nation on the people, for the people, by the people. And he said paper money is liable to be abused, has been, is, and forever will be abused in every country in which it is permitted. And paper money, that is money not backed by gold, it actually shouldn't be called money, it should be called currency, because real money has all the attributes of fair and equitable trade. So he knew about paper money. And by the way, any fiat currency that is a non-gold or silver-backed currency, every single currency in the world, and there have been hundreds, has failed. Here's our situation in Germany. Just in 1917, an ounce of gold was about 100 marks. Well, a few years later, it took 1,000 and right up to 2,000 marks for an ounce of gold. And that's inflation. And that's how it measures up with gold. Here's a chart on gold during various crises. Now, a couple times, gold didn't perform all that well, but mostly every time there are crashes, gold significantly outperforms the markets. Here's a chart from just in the last year. Gold has gone up 24%. Gold is a performance asset. Here's now some might say, well, what if the stock market doesn't crash? What if it doesn't crash? Well, here's a time period in 1970 where we had fair stability. But look at gold. Gold went from $35 an ounce up to $800. Okay. Now, I just got this report in early this morning. Why did Russia just halt domestic gold purchases? I'll leave you to think about that. Here's a quote from JP Morgan. Gold is money, everything else is credit, that's for sure. Here's Alan Greenspan, who owns gold, owns money. Here's a very famous slide showing, 1998, 20 euros bought a basket of groceries. Today, what does 20 euros buy? Not much. Here's the same slide in American. It's real, folks. And here's the key. What is inflation? It's not that actually prices are going up. It's the buying power of the currencies are going down because of printing. Now here's an example of if you bought a car in 1920, $645. Today, same kind of car, $40,000, but yet a kilogram of gold would buy a same kind of vehicle, right? So what are people recommending? What are the experts, Robert Kiyosaki and Alan Greenspan and other smart people recommending? Convert your devaluing paper currency into gold, all right? Now, let's talk crypto. Now, I don't care where your knowledge is at in the realm of crypto. It is a reality that is upon us, and it behooves you to take care of yourself and your family to understand what crypto is. But let me just give you a brief overview of what's going on in the world. Now, do the Swiss know a lot about money and finance? Absolutely. A third of the world's wealth is housed in Switzerland, and the caretakers over there need to understand what's going on. Now, here's the 5-star Dolder Grand in Zurich, and guess what? They take crypto. Here's Dr. Arthur Velolen, forgive the pronunciation. Now, he was a heavy hitter with Credit Suisse and former head of private banking. Do you know what that means? That means he would meet with the people who really had a lot of money, and he had to know what he was doing. Well, he's moved over to Bitcoin Swiss. That's significant. 2020 survey of HSBC revealed that 36% of businesses in the US accept Bitcoin, okay? And look at all these names that are accepting Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, and it's kind of like the US dollar was. It's got a huge momentum, but there are a few other cryptocurrencies. You have to be very careful here. Now, is there a high demand for crypto? Here's a company called Plus Token, and they launched in May 28, and $3 billion was attracted into that crypto. And by the way, it crashed. It's gone. So a lot of money went after a bad thing. That's why the title of that slide is Huge Demand for the right crypto. So you who are looking at crypto, you got to get the right crypto. And here's a great place to start to understand cryptos and study them. CoinMarketCap. When you look at that top line, market cap, 175. Oh my goodness, that is a large number. So look at trading volume, look at market cap. Here's an example of some cryptos. See, in the stock markets, you'll see advances of 10% in a year, 20%, 30%. In a really good stock, you might see 100% or 1x. But look at the percentages of increases on these particular cryptos. And that's the possibility that you have in getting into, and I'll quote again, the right crypto. Do your due diligence. Well, can we talk security online? Look, every 43 seconds, someone is getting hacked. Yours truly was hacked 3 years ago. I woke up one morning and $20,000 was gone from one of my crypto accounts. And some guy in Ukraine is driving a nice car. So more and more people are going online and they're looking for security. Okay? Now, let us now talk about this company called Karatbars. And I've been with Karatbars since 2014, met all the key staff 3 times, been to, I don't know, 8 or 9 different conferences, maybe more. And I've met this gentleman who's the founder, who's the visionary, and really he is for the people. He's for the people getting gold. Gold for the masses of people around the world. That's his vision. The people that have surrounded him, that's their vision. Okay, Stuttgart, Germany. We're in 140 nations now, coming up to 1 million partners and other offices around the world. This is the timeline of the achievements of Karatbars, and the ecosystem, which I'll tell you a little bit more about, will be ending in June. I mean, more is coming, but it is a phenomenal banking and currency system, all based in gold. So what are we doing? Remember those experts that recommended gold? That's what, in the first phase 1, wave 1 of Karatbars, we were helping individuals get transactable, securitized gold. And we have it from 1/10 of a gram right up to 6/10 of a gram spendable gold. So here's one thing that you can do. You can simply order gold online. Now, try getting gold anywhere else right now. But Karatbars is still making gold. They're still shipping gold. So you can order 495 euros worth right up to 162. These are suggested allotments of gold. Now you can go in between that. You can go beyond that. You can even go below that. But those are some suggested buys. Now, more good news is that we have a digital system. We have our own internal cryptocurrency system. And it's all integrated. That big, tall black machine actually spits out bills with embedded gold, real gold, 1/10 of a gram of gold comes out of that thing. We have a K merchant system for businesses. We have an online wallet, and all can be integrated in our protection system, which I'll tell you about right now. We have a digital security system. We have the world's first voice over blockchain phone. And everything that runs through these phones and these laptops is protected. We've got a unique private key that goes into them. So what do we have? Privacy, security. It's decentralized. It's the most innovative technology in the world. What else does Karatbars have? We have a business system, and you're paid in cash and gold. How about that? So you can start your own business in this period of time. Are a lot of people at home? Yes, they are. Is this a good time to start? 100%. So how do you do that? Well, you purchase something called a multi-gold package, and in there you receive gold, and that gives you the right to bring in others into the system, and you can earn gold. And I won't go into too much detail on this. That you can get discount cards, that people that tell you about this system. They'll give you 10% off the acquisition, and So you can get in at a bronze or up to a VIP. I know this is all new language, but this is meant to be an overview introduction. Okay, so the commissions, you get 100% direct commission from people you bring in, and that goes 3 levels. You get something called a unilevel bonus, a matching bonus. There's actually 7 income generating opportunities from this plan, and we get paid every Friday. You get your own MasterCard. Phenomenal. So here's the packages. They start at 75 euros and they go right up to 4,900 euros, and cash gold comes with them, and depending on the package determines the amount of cash and gold that you get paid. And for those of you who understand compensation plans, you'll notice that you get paid starting at the package number 2. It goes 2 levels down, but when you get up to a VIP, it goes 7 levels down. And folks, that really adds up. Notice the middle column there, status. So you gain a status called bronze, silver, gold, or VIP, and that determines your economic earning power for the same amount of work. Every product that comes through the system is given an associated number of units, and we turn those units into cash, into euros. So you get paid in euros and in cash. Now, here's a little income snapshot, okay? Now, if you just went out and got 5 people, and they went out and got 5 people, and this involved the smaller packages, packages 1 to 5, you could earn 2,000 to 3,000 euros. Now, you can do that in 6 months, you can do that in a month, you can do that in a week, up to you, okay? If you were attracting people at number 6 and number 7, the VIP packages, you could earn 10,000 euros. And now 30 represents 5 people get 5. Well, what if you went another layer deeper and those 30 got 5? Well, obviously the number, the earning power goes up. And so there's huge earning power here, folks. I've had the privilege of doing very well in this system, providing for my family, allowing us to travel to various places around the world. Which brings me to the next point. Although we're in a crisis right now, I'd like you to think about something from the starting a business point of view. Even if you know you're going to go back to your job or your reduced hours are going to increase again. Look, when you have a job, you trade hours for time. You never get that time back. But when you have your own business, you create something that belongs to you, and you create something called residual income. You build a team, and that team will provide for you in the years to come. So what's your why for doing this? Well, you can reverse the pain and handle those issues that are going on right there, stopping the bleeding of your portfolio, locking down the paper currency, and of course, the business. What about retirement? There's a lot of people, folks, and don't feel ashamed. Please don't feel ashamed, okay? A lot of people do not have a retirement package. This can be it. Maybe you dream about a better lifestyle of traveling around the world more or having better things. This can provide that. This can allow you to be more generous, doing better things for your kids or your grandkids. And this one's super important to me. You can be a bigger difference maker. You can fund missions and building projects. And I noticed one of the companies that took crypto was Save the Children Fund. So Karatbars also has a trading platform that once you get into the system, you can turn your gold or your euros into a trading platform. And you don't have to do the work. You just park your gold, park your cash, and it's done for you automatically. Now, coming very soon is our crypto card. You can load it with cash gold. You can buy and sell crypto. You can use it around the world. And we even allow, it's not just our own crypto, but we allow Bitcoiners to come in and do some cash conversions. So it's an enormous opportunity. It's an incredible system. So remember the title slide was Terrible Storm, Perfect Storm. Well, you can be in the storm, but you can be in the eye of the storm. As devastation is going on around you, you can actually prosper. So let's look at this. You remember unemployment, sorry, it's not a perfect storm that there's unemployment. Okay, so it's not a perfect storm. It's a bad storm, okay? People are at home, unemployment, they need cash flow. Well, in the midst of social distancing, I love Greg Sokorov coined this term. This is social distancing with cash flow. It's a solution, right? So there's some sunshine for you out of the storm. People's portfolios are bleeding, right? Big losses. How do you recover? Well, with gold, which is going to go up, with digital gold, with the crypto or the digital asset that I showed you has the propensity, the likelihood of going up not just a little bit, but a lot, okay? Number 3, people are starting to run to gold and can't get it. This very day I had a call and someone said, I want to buy $100,000 in gold. I said, okay, let's meet. You can buy it online. You can store it there for free. And most importantly, right now, you can lock in that price. Of course, you can always have it sent to you, okay? People are losing trust in the system, and Karatbars has created a decentralized, complete banking and currency system, all right? So, remember those serious needs? You need cash flow to live right now. Listen, in as early as 7 days, you can start generating cash flow. That lost portfolio has a chance to recover through this system. Business or job loss or reduction of hours, here's your answer. Can you get gold here? Absolutely. Can you help others get gold? Absolutely. Do we have a security system that protects everything? Yes, we do. Okay? So, please honor the system. Whoever sent you this video, please call them and say, please let me get my account. If you have more questions, they'll get you on the phone with someone who's been around for a while to get those questions answered. And so I want to leave you with something very important. Okay, God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and love and sound mind. Now, what's your sound mind? You've been given the ability to understand what's going on through this presentation, and you've been given a strategy that there's something you can do. What's the love? Well, I don't want to be too schmaltzy here, but I think you can share this with others because you love them, because you care for them, because this is a real solution to a big problem. And as you team up with others, you can do this with great, great power. Of course, this quote comes from the Bible, which stands for basic instructions before leaving Earth. Well, this is the end of the presentation, but I believe if you choose, it can be your great beginning. You can prosper from the greatest wealth transfer that has ever occurred in the history of mankind. This has been Dr. Greg Gary. Thank you for listening. Get back to that person who sent this to you. God bless you.